Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance. And this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Tier Ravenson. And there's a little backstory to go with this. Tier is another one of my, he's been with me for a long time. And, we chat back and forth a lot. And about the end of July, beginning of August, right when I started having computer issues and all, he sent me a request with a video link in regards to parental alienation. And this was a video I had seen about 4 years ago when it was new. And it's called 14-year-old Parker Stands Up for His Rights. And it's this guy, Khalid Levinson, and his son Parker. And it was a video I was very, very, very familiar with. I watched it like 20 times just for the narcissistic tactics of the mother. It was just so textbook, so stereotypical. She's so violent. You could see the underlying violence there. And I'm going to put a link to it in the box because it ended up being over an hour long, and the video. And I thought there was a shorter version I had saw years ago, and I can't find it. But what I did find is Dad Surviving Divorce did a 30-minute recap on it, and there's a lot more to the story just after this, and I'll just give you guys a quick rundown here. The mother's obviously your typical narcissistic mother, out for revenge, control freak. You can tell she has a short fuse, short temper. She's got a new stepfather. There's a new stepfather in the house. And from what I can tell, just by looking at him, he's standing there in a high school football t-shirt. And he just comes off as some kind of football coach or high school gym teacher type of just trying to stand there, intimidate the father, and at the same time be completely cuckolded by this crazy bitch. And the son, Parker, doesn't want to get out of the truck, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen, doesn't want to get out of the truck, and you can see the mother's manipulation the entire time. And when she calls the police come, and they tell her, if he wants to come out, he can come out. And she basically said, the cops just told me I can use whatever means necessary to get you out. The cop said, I didn't say that. She reaches in. The kid tries to push her hand out. At one point, she goes, and I don't think anybody noticed this. At one point, she tries to bite her son, and I don't think anybody picked up on it. Like, maybe they did in court, maybe not. So in the video, that video ends with the police letting Parker leave with his dad. Okay, and then the next video this Khalid does is the following court hearing six months later, where they forced the kid to go back. They forced Parker to go back with the mother and stepfather, and this is out in the parking lot. And then Parker doesn't want to go with the stepfather, doesn't want to go, and the cops are talking to him, and it ends up sometime later, the father ends up spending 60 days in jail. Not for not paying child support, because Parker called him violating some kind of weird custody agreement. Nothing the father did. It's everybody's parental alienation nightmare. So long story. So fast forward finally to the end, and Parker's now 19. He's living with his dad. The son, who is now the brother, Parker has 3 other siblings, and so Parker's younger brother Blaine ended up having to go through the same deal with the mother at age 14 and the father. Luckily, this time around, they got a different judge, a female judge that wanted to hear everybody's story, calmed it all down, like let the dad spend time with all the kids, because there's 4 kids. And he ended up and then the judge let all the children decide where they wanted to live. The 14-year-old wanted to live with the father. The 2 younger ones, who I believe are both girls, wanted to stay with the mother and the stepfather in San Antonio. And this all happened in Texas. And the dad was fine with that. He's like, I just want them to have a choice, and I want the fighting to stop. So it ended up turning out okay for the dad after going to jail. And I mean, he went through this for years. This started, his first video on this that I saw, Parker was 14, Parker's 19. So this went through 5 years, 60 days in jail, court hearings. Luckily for Khalid, the dad, he had his whole family supporting him. He had support in court. He had that means of support, which is important, which I think probably helped him carry on. So I'm going to put the link to Dad Surviving Divorce's video, which has clips of this, and he basically recapped it perfectly. You guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? You can see this woman's narcissistic manipulations for yourself. I mean, and definitely look for the part where she goes to bite Parker when he's trying to get her hand out of the truck as she's reaching in trying to pull him out. The fact that the judge saw this video and still made that kid go, and saw this cuckold friggin' gym teacher standing there in a high school football t-shirt. This is why men are terrified of family court. It's videos like this, and this is a video I was very familiar with, before Tier sent it to me. So I appreciate it. I wish I could have done more with that part. But Tier, and I know this is going to make you and many other people very happy, because today, September the 28th, is a very special day, everybody. It is a very, very special day. Today is the 48th anniversary of Drunky and Meat's Twisted Nuptials. Yes, yes, yes. Congratulations. Congratulations. A drunk and a fucking closeted pervert can last 48 years together. Whew. And what a 48 years it's been. Culminating with with me spending every second I can on my channel, watching every minute of every video, just obsessed. So have a happy anniversary. Have a happy anniversary. I've been doing a lot of thinking about these two. And I'm kind of glad it all kind of worked out like this with that video and how everything worked out here, because my original plan was, after I was going to do this, I was thinking I was going to be able to get the whole thing, on a shorter version. But the raw footage is just way too long, and I'm no good at editing. But what I really wanted to do originally was that I wanted this video to be the first video back, after I got the equipment from the mic, the laptop, the cam, from Rachel and Doug's awesome contributions, and the chair, the new chair from Brett. So this was going to be tier, the first video I did being on, it was supposed to be like my fuck you, haha, parental, but this is even better, the parental alienation, but this is even better. Because now I just get to make fun of Drunky and Meat on their anniversary, and we know they're watching. We know they're watching. We know. I know you're watching. And what a 48 years it's been. What a 48 years it's been. This drunk and this deviant who got engaged after 2 weeks. 2 weeks that they knew each other. 2 weeks after both of them getting dumped by their fiancés. And here's the thing with how they met, and they met when they were working at Two Guys department store together. And anybody knows, Two Guys is out of business. It was like a discount department store in Jersey in the tri-state. It used to be a pretty cool store when I was a kid. But that's where they met. And look, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If not for my mother's crazy, and probably your drunkenness even back then, look, my mother is way, way, way out of my father's league. No way he would ever, straight up, head to head, no way he would ever be able to get my mother. No way he should ever be able to get my mother. I mean, he's just a friggin' geek. He's just a fucking geek. But he drove a Mustang, and she was in the fast cars and Mustangs. She had a Mustang too. She had a Mustang as well. So that was their in. They both drove, I think she drove a 67 coupe, and I think he had a 68 fastback, I believe. Or maybe they both had coupes at the time. And then the first car they bought when they were married was the 70 fastback, which my father still has in the garage. But that's the only reason why they ended up together. It's because my father drove a Mustang. As sad as that is. And I don't know why my cam just got all dark like that, but it did. Oh, it must be getting ready to rain. And it makes me wonder how long it took my mother to figure out she did, that my father was a total fucking loser. L7 square. Wait, I can't line it up. Shit, I used to be able to do that so good. L7 square. I mean, I don't know how many times she said it. I mean, that's not to say my mother was ever a priority with my father either, The more I think about it, the more I realize the person my father was always trying, and I've brought up my aunt, his sister, before. But it was that aunt, my Aunt Adrian, who's the one he's always tried to impress. his own sister. It was weird. He didn't ever, as into his own family as he was, and as protective as he was, and how he wanted, like, tried to force me and my brother, force them on me and my brother, try to force me and my brother into that situation which wanted nothing to do with. All he ever said about his father, like I said, when he was growing up, was like how uncontrollable he was. You know, like, we just beat everybody for no reason, on and on and on. Never talked about him being in the army, never talked about him being wounded, never talked about him. And when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, they've been together 48 years. He was born in either, I think they were born in 49, but for some reason 47. They were both born the same year. It's either 47 or 49. It's one of the two. Either way, my grandfather was in the army in World War II till the end of the war, till it was over. So he didn't get out until like 46. So, like, my grandfather's not even removed from World War II 5-6 years. He's got 2 kids already. Not once did my father ever even take that into consideration. Because he's a narc. He would use how he was treated, and I don't even believe it. To be honest with you, I never really believed it because I never saw it out of my grandfather. But I realized it wasn't him he was ever trying to impress. It was always his fat, ugly sister who ran the family. Always. And when I think about, and I've brought it up before, the waste of that guy, the waste of talent. The guy could have went into business with his brother. They could have started a construction empire. Nope. And for years I thought, and I didn't make this connection until today. For years, I thought my father wanted to wear a suit and tie and be a quote-unquote businessman because he was trying to impress his father. And I think that might have been a small part of it because his father thought he was stupid. That's what his father would always, he said his father thought he was stupid. His father knew he was stupid. And his father knew he was lazy as well. Because remember, my father came and told the story how when he was out of work for a year, his father showed up at the house and told him off, told him what a piece of shit he was, yada, yada, yada. And I said to him, he had no right to do that. Even in your own house. That's why that was his excuse for telling me he should be able to say whatever he wants to me. And no. However, the more I think about it, though he didn't have the right to do it, there's a reason why he did it. Because he knows my father's a lazy piece of shit who's capable of scamming the fucking government. And that's the other thing, Brian. What have you been? You've been playing sick since 1991. September 1991 is when you threw yourself on the floor of your office in Brooklyn. I've never seen any of your family express any concern. I've never seen them come visit you during that time. Never. Never. Probably because Adrian won't let them. Come on, Laura, you know that's the truth. You know that's the truth. That's why you always shit-talked Adrienne. That's why you call her fat fucking Adrienne. Fat, stupid Adrienne. And you're right, Laura. As drunk as you are, you're right. Like, you just thought Adrienne was a meddler. Just your rival. In your mind, she was a rival. But you don't understand, for a rival for what? You thought it was just straight female jealousy, like that type of sister-in-law jealousy. No. This is a little deeper. This is a little deeper, I think. Knowing the deviance of the family. It was Adrienne Meaty's been trying to impress all those years. And I figured that out, and I realized that, and even though I've told this story, I still didn't connect all the dots. Because it was Adrienne who, when she showed up at Macy's Herald Square with my cousin Heather, who was very cool, who ended up working as a vendor at Macy's, and Adrienne's daughter, who doesn't like you, Adrienne. None of your kids like you, Adrienne. None of your kids like you, Adrienne. None of them like you. That's why they didn't buy you Christmas presents that year. Facts. But when she showed up and I came down, and mind you, I was a senior executive director of security for the largest department store in the world, running main floor Broadway. Come down, and she scowls at me, and she's like, "What's this scene about?" You fat pig. But now I'm real, like, that, for some reason, that must have been something in their family with her and him and Suits, and it was like this look of jealous disgust. This is the same woman who told me at my brother's graduation, you know, when I was discussing then at 22, 23, you know, moving to Florida once I hit like 50 grand working for Macy's. And she turned to me and said, "Who's going to pay you $50,000? Oh. And you wonder, drunkie, why you married this fucking, what this deviant loser's problem. Look at these people. I mean, how many times do you say yourself, there's something fucking wrong with them? I don't disagree. Don't make you any less fucked up, because you fucked up. You married that. You married that, and you've stayed married to that for 48 years. 48 years of this bullshit. And after 48 years, your one son wants nothing to do with you other than to make fun of you and make money off you now. And the other one moved as far away as he could to go hide in the fucking mountains and get as high as he could and stick his head in a snowbank. Still not wanting to cut the umbilical cord, though. You know, the longest fucking umbilical cord I've ever seen in my life, but... Oh, you guys, oh my God. You know, this is kind of mean. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do this today. Not today. I mean, this must be an absolute day of mourning in the drunkie Meet Normus household. Well, at least for Meet Normus. I mean, Hugh Hefner died. Uncle Hef, whose testaments were littered all over the fucking house. Probably still are. I mean, are the centerfolds at half-mast Oh, did you put your golden banana hammock on? Are you like what do you do? Like how, the 21 jack off salute? Like where are you on that? Oh, it's like 2:30. Oh, you had that shit knocked by like 10. Sorry. Shit. God, you must be absolutely inconsolable. Holy shit. I wonder who gets his VD in the will. I can't get it twice, right? You guys ain't gotta worry about that. Whew. Oh, Uncle Hugh's dead. Oh God, you must be crying in your banana hammock, Bri. You must be crying. End of an era. End of an era. I mean, that's back in the day. You had to work to get porn. I mean, you actually had to fill out shit and pay for it and have it sent to your house and then leave it everywhere. Take pictures of your wife in lingerie, stick them everywhere on the refrigerator for your friends to see. Oh, maybe you guys should just go down and fuck on the Little League diamond again. You know, in remembrance of fucking Hugh. You know, just take the fucking pitcher's mound. You know, call a couple of your friends. You know, why not? Why not? Oh, it's football season. Oh, you can just go down to the 50-yard line. The football field's right there. You know, be careful though. They got that new like AstroTurf stuff, so you might get some rug burns. Drunkie. Pulling trains will result in rug burns, so be careful. Be careful, and I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh, I'd just leave it alone if you'd leave me alone. That's the thing. I'd only mention it where it would be relevant. I wouldn't go and make these videos, but you do stupid shit, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes sponsored by other people, you know? Sponsored by other people, paid for by people, paid for on equipment, on contributions off your dumb shit. So way to go. Way to go. So, everybody, please join me in wishing Drunkie and Meat a happy 48th anniversary. What does a pervert and a drunk do for the 48th? What's 48? Huh. Probably anal beads, right? You laugh, but for some reason it might not be all that far off. So thank you so much, Tier, for the support and sponsoring the video and the link, for giving me something to start it off with. I'm sorry I couldn't really get into it too much, but I will definitely, the links will be in there so you guys know what I'm talking about. And I figured, knowing you would absolutely love where this ended up. So, thank you once again to everybody who sponsors. Oh yeah, and by the way, feel free to comment. I'm sure Denise will love to talk to you some more in the comments section, because she especially loves slapping you around. So have at it. But thank you again, Tier, for everything and all your support and the contribution. I hope you liked it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave your opinions in the comments section below. And wish Drunky and Meat a happy 48th. And do share your condolences over the pervert, for the pervert, Hugh Hefner, you know, who has been just, I'm sure, is fucking memorialized all over the goddamn house. All centerfolds at half staff, you know. You only jerk off to half open centerfolds today, right? Out of respect. Ugh, you disgust me. But have a happy one. And just know on your anniversary, we all know you're just going to be watching my channel. So, haha. Thanks again, everybody. And if you want to be part of the resistance and want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, have a Facebook live chat, sponsor a video for someone who can't afford it and needs help, or just want to sponsor the channel in general and piss off Drunky and Meat, then you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. And if you're still unclear, wait for the instructional video link to pop up on the screen at the end of this video to walk you through all of that. Please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance.